didn't hear if you were ready. I couldn't tell, but now I know.
I'm ready.
Okay, see there. That's all I need. I don't ask for a lot. I just need definitive direction on what to do and how to do it and when to do it, lest I forget everything that's ever happened in my life.
Yeah.
Right? No?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So we're here. Yeah, we did it. We got it. It's snow day. It's a snow day.
Snow day part 2.
Listen, hey guys, I'm Brandon. Welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. Snow day edition.
Hi guys, I'm Ashley Engle. I'm the other half. Welcome to episode 141 of the Cold Hands, Warm Hearts podcast. Reporting to you live from our homes.
Yeah, totally. Totes, goats. I would like to point out that I have declared myself a bit of a meteorology Nostradamus because whenever it was Christmas time, Crimba's time, and the holiday season was winding down, and everyone everywhere was getting so sad about January because everyone hates January, I said, listen up, everyone. Listen up. It's going to be fine because it's been an unseasonably warm winter. And it's going to hit us in January, February. And here we are on snow day like 4 or something. Yeah. And it's just wonderful. I love it.
Yeah, I love a good snow day as well. But February needs to figure itself on out because
it won't. We've
had 80-degree days. And today, do you know the wind chill tomorrow is like negative 25?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That's why they already canceled shul for the children's.
Again, we have virtual day today, and they've already called a virtual day tomorrow. So
that's right.
My friends just texted and said, well, settle in.
I had an appointment I was supposed to be at today.
Yeah, was that the showing you were going to do?
Yeah.
Brandon's in commercial real estate, everybody.
Sure is. And and it canceled. Like I was getting ready, I was gathering my things, and I was getting ready to brave the elements, and it got canceled. And you gotta listen. The greatest feeling in the world.
Yeah.
Especially when someone else cancels it, you don't have to be the one to do it.
You don't have to be the bad guy or the weak one or the scared one.
I was like, you do that thing where you're like, are you sure? Because I'm ready.
I've got my stuff gathered.
Have you seen the beginning of that one Star War where they're on that cold one, the planet? I'm ready for that. I'll cut a tauntaun's belly open and doze off in there. I'm not scared. I'm here to make deals. Okay. Little Miss Priss can't meet at the place to see the stuff today. Well, fine. I guess I'll stay home, and I didn't want to, but I'll do it. I don't have a pork shoulder in the oven that I was going to have to abandon. I'm not up to my shoulders in a soup. I'm not on season 4 of Love is Blind straight through.
I wanted to take this hoodie off.
Yeah, I wanted to wash. I wanted to hop into a sizzling bubbling. I wanted to rinse off my filth, but no. Fine, I'll bask in it. I'll just sit here and simmer in my sick.
Yeah.
I'm just fine. I guess I'll finish all of Below Deck. I don't need to know. I was going to fall behind, but guess what now? I'm keeping up with all the Kardashians, and I'm going to be just fine. You know what's funny? I haven't seen any of those shows.
I was going to ask you, are those things that you're watching currently?
No, but I did. I'll tell you this. Can I tell you, I'm jumping ahead. Okay. But my last 2 days, movie-wise, have been phenomenal.
Okay, can't wait.
Last night, after years of persuasion, he's right over here, and he's in headphones, so maybe he can't hear me. But he has claimed he didn't like Who Framed Roger Rabbit for years.
Yeah.
Guess what?
I get it. I get that, though.
Watched it yesterday. Guess what? Loved it.
Oh.
Loved it. Revolutionary film. Made in 1988 and looks great.
Which is wild, considering.
Holds up. But the day before, and this was a Lindsay doing, and I'm not mad about it.
Yeah.
Just out of nowhere. She's like, you want to watch? You know what I want to watch? Sister Act.
Oh.
I was like, okay.
Let's do it.
I texted numerous friends during the movie, and I said, guys, listen, can I tell you something? I haven't watched it for years.
Yeah.
But Whoopi is absolutely cooking in Sister Act.
She
We know
cooks.
we know older view whoop, but let's go back to 92. Let's
do
take it
it.
back to the early 90s and let Whoopi cook. Because
Spry. Spry Whoopi.
Dolores pops off stage in Reno, Nevada.
Yeah.
Go straight to the convent. Sister Mary Clarence, absolutely cooking.
She really did. That movie is phenomenal.
It's great. And guess what?
I watched it not too long ago.
We're about ready to fire up Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit, which is a Mount Rushmore sequel title, just by the way. Is the
so
great
good.
It and the Chipmunks Squeakquel have to be the best sequel titles. Back in the Habit? Come on. That's phenomenal.
Do you know how excited they were in development in R&D for that title?
Johnson, you've done it again.
You get a raise.
What? Gosh, can you? I'll tell you this right now. The greatest moment of my life would be if I found out that the same dude came up with the Squeakquel that came up with Back in the Habit. Because this guy's cooking.
Lifetime Achievement Award for sir.
Get out of the way and let my guy cook, because Mount Rushmore of sequel titles needs to be fleshed out. We've got Back in the Habit. We've got Squeakquel.
Yep.
What others are good? Oh, John Wick 2.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's what they call it. No, Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo. That's on my Mount Rushmore for sure.
Like yep.
And then Godfather 3, Shoulda Never Made This. That's on there. That belongs. That's a placeholder right now.
Okay. I like it.
But anyways, Sister Act 2, and we're going to fire it up. I hope tonight.
I like that idea. We might have to borrow that.
Listen, young
We're
Lauryn
gonna
Hill,
be here.
And here's the thing. Ben got really into making nun puns. He was loving it.
Puns.
And so I tried to find Problem Child to stream for free. Remember Problem Child?
Remind me
with
of
John
that.
Ritter and the little redheaded boy they adopt from the orphanage who causes all sorts of trouble and decides he wants to. He gets obsessed with a serial killer played by Michael Richards, I think.
Okay.
And it's a whole thing, but it's a great film. Tried to find it.
Probably wouldn't get made today.
Well, I don't know. They may listen. If Wicked can get made, anything. No, but I foolishly assumed that it was going to be available on Tubi, because that's what an absolute Tubi movie that is.
It really
wasn't
is.
there. But I'll tell you what was. Both Sister Acts.
We really might steal that from you. That sounds delightful.
Sister Acts? Sisters Act.
Sister Acts.
Brothers-in-law. Brother-in-laws.
Right. I find myself
Sisters.
thinking about that multiple times a week.
Sisters Act.
And you would be surprised how many people get that wrong.
Most, I bet.
Most.
Because people.
Right. Okay, so guys, we're in the depths of a snow day, and it's really coming down here. And the thing about it is, in Oklahoma, we're just not equipped to deal with the roads. When they're icy, when they're snowy, we don't have the salt capacity. We don't have the sand capacity. We don't have the manpower.
The man capacity.
I don't know if we do.
Which is the name of the dance club I'm going to open. It's called Man Capacity. And we're on a 1 in, 1 out policy, babies. And it's just a line around the block. Who's ready at Man Capacity for tonight's performance by Minergy? We're here, and we're going to lay it all on the line. Anyway.
I don't think I like anything about what you just said. But, guys, we hope...
belts.
Sure. Chaps. I knew chaps.
Well, come on. Anyway, go ahead.
We did some audio testing, so I'm really hoping that the audio is going to be better for you guys. There could be a slight echo, but guys, we're pulling out all the stops.
I think we've got it, because we've both got, I've literally have this in-ear monitor jammed as deep into my cochlear crevasse as it'll go.
Yeah.
And you've got your in-ears. I don't have over-ear open backs. You got your little, like, talking into a dandelion.
It is. I mean,
Careful, it's going to blow away. And then there's going to be a big echo.
guys,
Make a wish. I wish this podcast was better. And and away goes her mic. And
it's so bad. We've tried all of it.
Yeah.
But okay, so we're here in our homes. We're going to be in our homes for the next. You know what?
No.
Talk about prophecy and whatever you were saying about January. I don't know if we're going to go back to school all week, Brandon.
Ever.
I'm just going to say it.
I think it's done. We're finished. This it has begun. Welcome to the apocalypse, guys.
It feels like it here in Oklahoma.
I'm curious. I did a thing where I took today's appointment and I was like, we could probably do Friday, and we'll see. We'll just see.
I don't know,
if
guys.
That's the thing.
And truly, we'll probably end up getting like 3 to 4, but that is enough to slow things to a halt here, a grinding halt in Oklahoma. But I think it's mainly the really cold temperatures because it's not going anywhere. That's the problem.
Yeah, there she is.
I'm not sad about it. Okay, what have you been up to this week or weekend?
Kind of gave it all away. I've been watching Sister Act.
I know that you went to Monster Truck.
Yeah, I did.
So don't bury the lead.
Let's not pretend like okay, so.
Don't go annually to the Monster Truck rally.
Yeah, I do.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a tradition. It's a Monster Jam tradition. And, listen, here's the thing. I'm not a monster truck guy. Right. I wouldn't say. If you put a wrench in my hand, I don't know what even is it. I don't know how to fix a thing. If I don't start it and it goes, even when they ask the questions on the big screen, hey, Monster Truck fans, here's some Monster Truck trivia. I'm always wrong on it. I don't know anything, but I'll tell you what. As a sociologist, I like people
watching has to
observe because it's a subculture in and of itself. It's a monster truck subculture, and man, they love it. It's great, and it's honestly, for me personally, it's a wonderful place to vacation, but I wouldn't want to live in it. Because I don't know that I can handle the fumes. I don't know that it's very loud. I don't know that I like Monster Energy drink enough. I feel like I'm for sure appropriating monster truck culture. Yeah. But I do it once a year, and Ben enjoys it, which to this day surprises me that he even wants to go.
Yeah.
But we did. We went, and man, I gotta say, I have some grievances I'd like to air with the team, the Megalodon team.
Why? What'd they do? Did they win?
No. So here's the problem.
Do tell.
So
I'm going to settle in for this with a beverage.
Well, get ready. So the first year we went, I would argue, aside from Gravedigger, which Gravedigger is a quintessential monster truck, which if you ask
even Ben, I know about Gravedigger.
And if you ask Ben today, hold on, let me ask him. Hey Ben, what is your thought on Gravedigger winning? Rigged. So he walked out at the top of his lungs. My child was screaming that it was rigged, like an incredibly zealous monster truck aficionado. He was not having it because you know why he got into it is the purity of the sport and genuine competition. He doesn't want to see pro wrestling. He wants to see drivers full throttle doing it.
But following the rules.
But even so, here's the way they score it. They do their stuff, and then they go, now get on your apps and rate the score. And everyone around me pulls up their app and starts rating it. And I'm like, what am I missing? I don't have the app.
You don't have the app.
And I'm watching people. I watched the dude next to me take it to like an 8.5. And then his kid started messing with his app. And he's like, hey, stop. And he fixed his score because it's like the integrity of this guy's score could not be compromised by his child. Like that's how serious he was. So they rate it, and the audience score is then, I don't know how it's weighted, but there's a professional judge score and then the audience score.
Okay.
And it's almost like it's 50-50 because Gravedigger even said in his post two-wheel challenge, skill challenge interview,
I don't know what that is.
well,
But go ahead.
you sound so ignorant. But he said, hey, so-and-so Velociraptor driver, there was I'm going to use this guy's name, and I don't know if this is who he's referring to, but there is a monster truck driver named Coty, C-O-T-Y,
Okay.
Saucier. Coty Saucier, which
French.
is...
It's French.
I'll tell you what. He did not speak like a French man, but we should probably pardon his French, if you know what I mean. But
was he Cajun?
I don't. That's the narrative henceforth. Coty Saucier, the Cajun monster truck driver.
He's from the swamps of Louisiana.
I would love to write a short story about Coty Saucier, the Cajun monster truck driver from the swamps of Louisiana.
Yes, sir.
Just has a pet gator riding shotgun.
I would read that.
Golly, his truck is fueled by gumbo. He's just he's an absolute, oh my gosh. Okay, so they score it that way. And even Gravedigger said, oh, Coty Saucier was phenomenal today, but sometimes Gravedigger just gets a higher score. Basically implying that the crowd tipped him over. But anyway, here's my beef with Megalodon. It is by far the most marketable truck. It's a gigantic shark. And they've got a whole thing they do. It's great. The first year we went, Megalodon, unstoppable, untouchable, best driver, didn't lose a challenge. Ever since then, it's been new drivers. Terrible. Lose every year. And this year, the driver, her name is Ashley Sanford. And
Great name.
She was 2003's Rookie of the Year on the Monster Jam. 2023's Monster, thank you, Ben, Monster Jam Driver Rookie of the Year. And, I don't know if she's seasoned enough to be Hellman Megalodon.
Sure, but I am here for female monster truck drivers.
There are two of them, and I'll tell you what. Second place by an absolute Scooby snack was a driver who drove a truck. And the only reason I make that joke is because her truck is painted like Scooby-Doo.
Got it. Sure.
She's Team Scooby-Doo, and it's not a mystery machine; it's a giant dog, and she placed second, and in reality, she should have placed first because it was rigged. Do you know what she did to wrap up the freestyle challenge?
No, but I'm loving this. I'm loving this commentary.
Backflip.
In the car?
Well, she didn't flip inside the car. The whole thing.
The truck did a backflip. Whoa.
A truck painted like Scooby-Doo did a backflip at the Paycom Center.
And got second for that?
Sometimes Gravedigger gets a higher score. See what I'm saying? Rigged.
I'm with Ben.
Oh, he said that Gravedigger also caught. Gravedigger did caught on fire during the freestyle challenge. Flipped and combusted, and then the crowd combusted, and then we all started chanting, "Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo!" And someone from the distance went zoinks, and then someone from across the way said jinkies, and then we went down, and I found the nearest person whose face looked a little loose, and I ripped the mask off of him, and he said I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you, a dog, and you meddling kids.
That's it.
Anyway, it was rigged. But
so you guys did that.
Yeah, Ben got some Dippin' Dots, which I've aired my grievances with as well, because I remember getting Dippin' Dots for the first time in the 90s at a DC Talk concert in Tulsa. And I saw
ice cream of the future.
And when is that going to be, by the way? Because they're still calling it that.
Yeah.
Is the future not here? Have we not passed it? Why has Dippin' Dots not become the ice cream of the now? I'll tell you why.
Dippin' Dots.
It's the ice cream lobby. It's big ice cream.
Rigged.
Do you think Gravedigger's behind this? Gravedigger and Big Ice Cream are colluding?
Yes.
Anyways.
So you guys did Monster Truck. Anything else of note from last week?
I'm sorry. Did I not just tell you about a Monster Truck rally?
You
I
did.
need to supplement with additional information? Did you go to a Monster Truck rally this week?
Sure didn't. Probably never will.
Well, that's why you will live a half life. That's why you will never fully experience how loud it is in there. I'll
Life to the
also say
full.
this. I don't know if the trucks throw off enough heat that they need to adjust the AC or the heating for that, because we may as well have been outside. I could see my breath the entire time.
Oh, I hate that.
It was awful. And then at halftime, when the dirt bike boys did their jumpies and their flippies, it got warmer. So I wonder if they kicked the heat on during the dirt bike boys and then turned it off for the motor truck guys and gals. I don't know what was going on, but it was, no lie, it was like being in a big, cold, hollow egg with no sunshine.
Oh, fumes.
As if all the joy had gone from the world. It was like
Dippin' Dots and
right. It felt like we
noise.
were all under Dementor attack the entire time, as if all the joy had gone from the world and it was cold. I tried casting my
Patronus.
what's it? Yeah,
Your bison.
it's a hedgehog.
One time, a long time ago, you told us it was a majestic bison.
It is, but he did not show up for the Monster Jam. Just
Mine's
a hedgehog.
Mine's a giraffe.
Yeah, a three-legged giraffe.
No, it has 4 legs.
Yours is a giraffe with a sore throat.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so last week I got in a car wreck.
Well,
I
that's
didn't tell you about it.
I buried the lead.
Okay,
You-
but
You
that sounds
held
way
the
more
Monster
dramatic.
Jam. You did a 2-wheel skills challenge.
That's it. Speaking of a giraffe with a sore neck, I got rear-ended last week. So car accident sounds way more dramatic than it actually was. So
Was it on
in the-
purpose?
yeah, road rage.
Because it was not an accident.
Road rage. So it was after school, and school pickup is insane.
Sure.
Like, it's the worst. So to help make it easier, sometimes I will park at various businesses around Asher School. So one of those businesses, P.S. I'm hearing an echo right now, so apologies if the listeners are.
I will not be held responsible.
Does yours have the echo cancellation? You click that on and see.
It shouldn't work. It shouldn't matter.
Okay, we'll just try it anyway.
Go.
So anyway, I'm waiting for Asher at an area business, and there's traffic. I'm waiting forever, which, by the way, turning across traffic is one of the most stressful experiences that a person could have. IMO.
I'm sure.
And so I will sit and wait and wait and wait and wait. And when there's no openings and someone's behind me, I pour sweat. And even at 45 years of age, I still do it. It's awful. Okay. So this woman hits me real hard in the parking lot. Like, she gunned it and hit me. So I pull around, get out of my car. First of all, she's super nice. And the first thing I say is like, "Are you good? Are you good?" She was asking me if I was okay. Hope was with me. So thankfully, Hope was okay. But I could immediately tell that I tensed up, and my neck was immediately stiff and starting to get sore, really early on.
Sure.
So I look down, and my car is basically fine. Mind you, I have been rear-ended in my Toyota 4Runner multiple times. I've truly been rear-ended 3 or 4 times in this car.
Are we certain that you're not just driving in reverse into people? Is this not, are we positive?
I'm pretty positive.
Okay.
But this car is like a tank. Guys, I'm telling you, get a 2015 Toyota 4Runner, because they're strong.
Sponsor us, Toyota.
Sponsor us, Toyota. Anyway, so
You're a Toyota family.
We got 3 of them now.
You're a
3.
Toyota family.
We are.
And that's not that's not a joke.
No.
You guys are you guys could start attending things, get meetups, Toyota family meetups at the park.
They have them.
That's
They
what
have
I'm saying.
4Runner and Land Rover and Cruiser, and not Rover, but Cruiser.
And rightfully so, because Land Cruisers are awesome. But
They are.
you guys could for sure be a Toyota. Oh, here come the Ingles.
Here we come.
The Toyota Ingles.
The Toyota Caravan. Here they come.
Yeah. Anyway,
But
sorry,
I'm
go
telling
ahead.
you, this car is a tank. And so my car is fine. No damage at all. Her car, so much stuff broke off the front of it. I don't even know what all it was.
What was she
There
driving?
were, it was,
Cybertruck?
no, it was like an Impala, like a sedan.
Okay.
But there were plastic pieces from her car all up on my car and all on the ground. I felt bad for her. So anyway, that happened. So my point is that happened on Monday. That kind of kicked things off in a weird way this week. I feel like my neck has been real stiff all week. I've been doing a heating pad. You know,
Mhm.
nothing makes you feel your age like some good old neck pain.
So that's funny that you've been using a heating pad for a purpose. I pulled out the heating pad a couple nights ago just because I was feeling kind of cold and I wanted to
Cold.
unwind a little bit. So
Uh-huh.
I've been sitting on a heating pad,
Same.
holding my hand warmers in my hands,
Yeah.
wrapped in like 8 blankets.
It's a delight. I have really been wanting to order. Have you seen those jumbo size heating pads that are like the size of your whole back?
No,
I
but I want
want
one now.
I want it. I want that.
Guys, we've started a GoFundMe and it's for
I want
2 jumbo heating pads.
Yeah, get us heating pads, guys. Sponsor us Sunbeam.
Because honestly, guys, we're always running at we could just not show back up because one or the other of us might just freeze. And
possible.
now that we're having record lows, we're at extreme high risk. I wish we could have that Sarah McLachlan song playing under this so I could make a plea to the people to buy us heating pads. If nothing else, if we get nothing else out of this stupid podcast, I want a full body heating pad, like a hyperbaric chamber that I can crawl in and warm myself.
I've taken to, it has an automatic shut off because I don't think we're supposed to sleep with them on. That feels dangerous.
I still do it.
But I turn it on and mine has an automatic shut off. The problem with mine is it's not very big and it beeps real loud when it turns on and when it turns off.
No.
So then it wakes me up and I'm
I
like,
like that.
oh, I know. So now that it has become such an important part of my life, and
Yeah.
I don't think I'm ready to give it up. My neck's better. I still want to keep using it.
I get so mad when mine auto turns off. If like in the middle of the night I wake up and my heating pad's turned off.
I love that we're both doing this.
Well, come on. There's not enough warmth in the world. And when I wake up and it's off, it's like now I gotta scramble in the dark, fumbling around. I gotta restart my podcast. I've got to turn my heating pad back on. I might have to go make a tinkle. Here's the thing, guys. If I stay up and around too long, I'll wake up and I can't fall back asleep. So what I need to do, I do that thing where I walk into the bathroom. I try to keep my eyes half closed. Like,
Yes.
You're not awake. You're not awake. You're not awake. I go for a quick TT, a quick wee, and then after I go for
Sorry, guys.
after I go for my quick night wee, I go over to the fridge and I try to open it, but not all the way, and I reach in so the light doesn't come on, and I'm fumbling around in there trying to grab something. I accidentally take a big swig of pickle juice because I don't know what I'm grabbing. No, get a little water, take a sip, and then I shuffle myself back. And then I find my heating pad. I try to fire it back on full blast, try to go back to the place where I remember leaving off in my podcast.
Yeah.
And now it's been an hour and a half, and it's time to go to work.
Gosh, right? This is our 40s. Welcome.
It was a 45-minute wee. It was.
Listen, you sound like me, and we'll get to that when we get to what you've been watching, reading, or listening to, because I do have some good sleep podcasts that I'd like to recommend to the listeners.
You sent me one.
I know. So I got rear-ended to start the week, and that wasn't great. But luckily, I was fine. Hope was fine. The lady was fine. Our car was fine. Hers was not fine. But anyway,
That's what you get a
it was a
Toyota,
weird
lady.
start. They're a tank. They're tanks, guys.
Get a tank.
Jeff is in Miami for a few days.
That's hilarious. Okay. Can we for a second, if ever there was any doubt that this man is a secret agent who controls his own schedule, Hey, I heard there's gonna be record lows in Oklahoma this week. Bienvenida a Miami. Here he goes, Big Willie style, off on the PJ, just down to Dade County. Hey guys, here we are, freezing. Literally, teeth chattering.
On the heating pad.
Wife's getting rear-ended. While Jeff's sipping bubbly in the sky on his way to South Beach.
I'm huddling around a heating pad just to feel alive.
Just to feel alive, and just literally dreaming about a Cuban sandwich. Here's Jeff, shirt unbuttoned, 4 buttons down,
mojito,
linen trousers, mojito, loafers, way more than a penny in them. Let's just. Here he is, Dolce and Gabbana, and we're here just trying to function. I am literally surviving off of whale blubber. He's Jeff, dude, it's not like that story, like. Come on, dude. You're better than this. Like, come up with a better... Oh, I hate to be in Pittsburgh this week. Just Steel City, here I come. Or I'm going to be in Finland eating herring. Nope. Jeff's in Miami. They don't even have a plant there. They don't even have a plant there. He's taking salsa lessons.
Listen, it's for a board meeting.
Sure.
So... he's in Miami.
Yeah. Of course he is. Of course he is.
But here's the thing about Jeff Engle, and this is one of the funny things that I love about him. The man loves a snow day. And he's missed all the snow days we've had this year.
Has he?
Okay.
You don't say. You don't say.
He genuinely loves them. Jeff is the first one on a sled. He's like, pack it up, kids. We're going to the dam. We're going sledding down the dam.
Sure.
He loves to. As much as Jeff loves a water park, which is another hilarious fact about my husband, he loves a snow day.
I don't know.
I don't trust him.
Here's the thing. You're getting sloppy, Jeff. You're getting sloppy.
I mean, on paper, it would appear so. But I know Jeff, and I know he'd really love to be here for the snow day.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. These plantains aren't going to eat themselves.
These cigars aren't going to smoke themselves.
Oh man. Listen, this is just me being bitter. This is just me literally on the ice planet Hoth. While Jeff is entering a men's twos beach volleyball competition.
Yeah, on Miami Beach.
Just good for him. Good for you, Jeff.
Good for you. Hope you're having a good trip. Okay, on Thursday, I'm still incredulous about this, and I wanted to get your take on it. On Thursday, I met Mom for lunch.
Yeah, incredulous.
Okay, let me finish. Okay, I met Mom for lunch at Tamashi, which is a ramen restaurant. So great. Okay, there was a couple.
And wonderful cold weather treat, too, by the way. A Tamashi in the cold?
Ugh, what's better?
Come on. What's better? Cubanos on the beach.
Right, besides that. Okay, so there was a couple.
Miami sunsets. We just keep going. Dancing in the club till 3 a.m. Doing the lambada with friends.
Pitbull,
Mr. Worldwide. God, can you imagine if Jeff's just hanging with Pitbull?
No.
I feel like Pitbull would like Jeff.
I think they would. I think they would vibe.
You know why? Because Pitbull's a person. That's why Pitbull would love Jeff.
Yeah.
Every person loves Jeff.
Oh,
even Pitbull.
I sure love him. Okay, so there was a couple.
But he left you to get rear-ended while he's hanging on the beach with Pitbull.
Totally.
Anyway,
left
go ahead.
Me for greener
so you
pastures.
went to go get Ramashi ramens.
We did, and there was a couple in the booth next to us. Which, first of all, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about booth sitting with your significant other?
Incredulous.
Yeah.
Unacceptable. Talk about a sore neck.
Right.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. I'm with you. Never sit next to, always sit across from. How can you talk?
No, don't do it.
Okay,
Don't do it.
so
Even if you show up early and you're waiting on another couple, don't sit on the same side. Wait, sit across until the other couple gets there and then swap sides. Don't do it.
that's
No.
interesting.
That's extra commitment. I will not, even in the moment, because who says that a person might not walk past me and think, oh, this is your decision to be like this forever? It's like, no, I need you to know that I am, as a gesture of good faith, sitting across the table so that you know I'm not going to do this.
It's a good point. I think I would feel awkward sitting next to you.
I won't do it. I won't do it.
So not only, now these were youngins, okay? These were youngins. I would say Gen Z.
Yeah.
Not only were these two snuggled up next to, her head was on his shoulder the whole time.
No.
And she was wearing a scarf. To me, this signified that she was the least prepared person to eat ramen ever. Because ramen is the splashiest food.
Okay. Yeah, I would agree. It's up there for sure.
When I eat ramen, it is a hair pulled back, leaning over to avoid the splashes. So she's on his shoulder as he's eating ramen with a scarf on.
Is she eating ramen?
She was not eating anything.
So she just accompanied him to watch him eat ramen from his shoulder while wearing a scarf.
And it had to have splashed up on her the whole time.
Maybe that's how she was eating ramen. She was just catching shrapnel. Just
I was
ramen shrapnel.
Incredulous. I could barely focus on eating my ramen.
Yeah,
I would have ramen off of me.
There's zero chance I could have enjoyed my dining experience with that going on.
It was bizarre.
I would need so much explanation. What are you doing? Madam?
What are you doing?
Also, if I'm him, hey, get off me. I'm eating ramen.
Get up off me.
Get across the way. Get across the way.
Do you see this wingspan?
Wide berth. Need one. Need
I'm
a
using
wide
chopsticks, madam.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it.
It was super weird to me. Okay, sponsor us, Tamashi. When I was with mom and dad recently, they reminded me of a time in high school where you dressed up as William Wallace as an act of protest for something.
Okay.
Do you remember this incident?
Yeah. Yeah.
I did not ask for more details because I got the impression that mom wasn't thrilled with it to this day.
Why would she not be thrilled with it? That's dynamite. That's phenomenal.
Do you remember that incident? And if so, would you be willing to share? Because I'm curious now.
Sure.
Okay.
I was very repressed.
Oh.
No, it was. So here's the thing. It was less an act of protest. There was a sprinkle of uprising. There was some discontent. There was a bit of a coup d'état.
Okay.
But it was really it was my speech running for student council vice president.
Okay, VP.
And I, at the time, was displeased with some of the administration's decisions regarding backpacks and hats. And
What were the policies in question?
As a staunch hat man my whole life.
Hatman.
I've always enjoyed a hat, and for my entire high school, I was allowed a hat. I could wear a hat to school. I could wear it wherever I wanted, and they decided
I could hide my chef rat underneath it.
Yes, and that's how else am I to navigate social situations without the advice of a rodent? I was always had a hat on. And then they decided to take away backpacks. You couldn't carry your backpack, which I get from a safety perspective. It's like you can hide stuff in there, whatever. But they took away our hats and our backpacks, and we did not enjoy that. And dear friend Jake and I started a newsletter called The Jelly Roll, where we would distribute it around the school, and it would
I forgot about it.
it would explain to people. Well, it's called a jelly roll because it's delicious, but it's not good for you. But I open it up. There's a surprise on the inside. But the
Multi-layered.
and the jelly roll would basically say, we would talk about how the administration was letting us down with their decision making. And
mind you, our mother was employed by that administration.
yeah, but there were no rules at the school at this time other than hats and backpacks.
Also, let me ask you, when have students been able to influence a dress code?
Start a publication. Here's the thing. If you guys, you are only limited by your imagination and your willingness to get out here and beat the streets.
Yeah.
And so we started the jelly roll, put out exactly one issue. Circulation was high, readership not quite as high. Circulation high because we just threw handfuls of it in the hall.
Did you print it at the Kinko's?
We printed it with school ink. So
Not great. Not great.
honestly, the good news is the statute of limitations on this has long since passed, so we're good.
That's what I was thinking.
But I waited. The jelly roll didn't take hold quite like I thought it would. So I was lying in wait, biding my time, waiting for my chance to get in front of the entire school so that I could say my piece, extol the virtues of backpacks and hat wear, and let the administration that we're together we are weak, but as one we are strong. So what I did was I found the closest thing resembling a kilt, which was actually like a Catholic schoolgirl's skirt. I put it on. It was too small. I then put on I fashioned a sash. I went to Joann's Fabrics and fashioned a sash tried to match the tartan as close as possible. Failed. Went around the corner to this day my favorite name of an establishment of all time: Costumes, Balloons, and Stuff. I purchased some blue paint. I painted my face. I tousled my hair, and I then gave the Braveheart speech, but I retrofitted it to include some commentary on the administration's current policies regarding hats and backpacks. I then roused a cafetorium full of my peers into chanting, rising up. I saw someone bite another kid's ear off. Everyone got so excited, and honestly, I remember giving the speech and looking to the back of the room, seeing my mother shaking her head. And then I looked immediately over her shoulder, and I saw the principal shaking his head. Not upset, just as if to say, what an idiot. What are you doing? That skirt doesn't fit. And are you the dummy who printed are you the reason the toner's gone? And and honestly, as I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, they may take our hats and backpacks, but they'll never take our freedom. Class of 2001 takes it. And by the way, I gave the whole thing in a Scottish brogue.
Yeah, you did.
Because it was the late 90s.
Because you've got a good one.
And then I stormed off down the tea hall. Washed my face off in the sink, leaving remnants of blue paint behind. And then I came back out and was like, hey guys, what happened? Almost as like how Clark Kent would do if Superman had just been there. Like, have you ever seen Brandon and William Hat and Backpack William Wallace in the same place at the same time? You haven't? Good, because you can't fire his mom because he wasn't even here. So that's what happened. And you want to know what?
His mom.
You can't fire his mom because that was a different person altogether. Brandon was making a wee. He missed the whole thing. This guy was doing his speeches as a proxy. And we don't even know who did the jelly roll. But but here's the thing. I won the election.
I was going to say you won the election.
Which is winning the battle.
Yeah.
But we spent the remainder of our high school years without hats and backpacks, so I lost the war. And the Jelly Roll, a now defunct publication, never saw the newsstands again. Toner budget, shot.
Also, you were disemboweled.
I just drawn
By
and
the
quartered,
administration.
drawn and quartered and disemboweled. And as he breathed my last breath, I said, "Headwear, backpacks."
This is just the best. I mean, guys, when I tell you Crindy is a saint, she is.
Well, listen. Here's the thing.
Oh.
Who among us has not shown up to their parents' place of work in blue face paint and a girls' Catholic schoolgirl skirt and given a speech from a popular film?
Yeah.
And change that speech ever so slightly to
really
insult the decision making of your parents' boss. Who among us hasn't done that? Come on, tale as old as time. Every one of us has done that at some point or another.
No. Oh, so good.
Yeah, but that's the difference between us. Mom was playing with house money because you were the good kid. You were on the way out, and you were out picking up new toner cartridges just to be nice. You're like, I noticed we were out of toner. I don't know why, but I noticed. And here's
I don't even go here anymore. I just sensed it.
I just sensed that the toner was out, so I
just
decided
anticipated
to
your needs.
Yeah, and so basically, Mom got out of there as a net neutral. You had her here, and I dropped her stock enough to where she walked out of there on a just a meh.
Such a good story. I had forgotten all about that, and to be honest, I don't think I knew all the details. So thank you for sharing. Sorry, Mom.
Well, listen, my greatest regret in life is that there was never a second issue of the Jelly Roll, because it would have talked all about this, and there would be a historical document about this story. But now it was lost to the annals of time until you brought it up on this podcast. It never happened because the Jelly Roll went out of circulation after the dish.
Your life could have been different, Brandon.
I could have been on top. I could have been. Can you imagine what I could have done with my life if the Jelly Roll had taken off? If I could have gotten hats and backpacks back for my fellow pioneers.
Pulitzer.
Didn't do it, though. Didn't do it.
Guys. Oh, how are we doing on time? I don't even know.
47 minutes.
Okay, let's talk about what we've been watching, reading, or listening to.
Sister Act.
Yes. But we have a lot of things to talk about because we keep pushing this back every episode. Okay. I first want to talk about watching, and I know you've been watching classic movies, and that's fantastic. Have you been watching anything new? You mentioned Love is Blind. Have you started that new season?
Love is Blind. I don't watch Love is Blind. Lindsay does. I've never seen it.
I do.
I've never seen it.
And I have not started the latest. And I kind of feel like I need to wait for Jeff on that one because Jeff does enjoy the Love is Blind. He really does. He can't with it, but also he totally can with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like maybe I would be the same if I found myself in the same room as it long enough to like let it sink in, but I just never have. I've just never watched it. So I don't know.
I think maybe you should join Lindsay.
No.
For it.
No.
Okay.
No.
So I started watching Wags to Riches on Netflix.
Don't know what that is. Never heard of that.
Okay, Wags, Wives and Girlfriends.
Oh, okay.
And this particular group of gals, wives and girlfriends of famous athletes and rappers.
Okay.
But a lot of these gals have business empires, shimpires, if you will, of their own.
Do they call them that, or is that a?
I'm calling that.
Okay.
Listen though.
No.
When I tell you that this show is a hot mess express.
Sure. I mean, that's not surprising.
I tried to watch it the other night while I was before I was going to sleep, and I couldn't go to sleep because it gave me so much anxiety. Like, it's very much a housewives show, and these women are stunning and they are powerful, but the drama on Wags to Riches, friends, I haven't been able to revisit it.
Yeah, no, I haven't even been able to visit it.
Okay, you might want to, actually. I'd be curious to see what Lindsay would think.
I prefer my drama real, like a lounge singer from Reno witnesses a murder by her boyfriend, and so she has to hide in a convent, and then she starts a choir.
She saves the church.
And then the Pope comes and hears them sing.
Yeah, the Holy See.
Taps his foot the whole time.
Big time.
The Pope.
So listen, the Pope's not doing great currently. He's in hospital.
In hospital?
Yeah, hope he pulls through. Okay, I'm really deep into AP Bio.
It's so good.
And it's so good.
I love
and
that when he
like
walks into the room, he says, "Hey, everyone, all right, let's start to shut up."
Let's start and throws the apple.
It's the best entrance to a room.
You were so right about it centering more on the kids and getting more heart once you pass season 1.
They realized that they had something with the kids, and they were like, "Oh, let's pivot to this because they're so good."
They're so good. And my favorite thing is his relationship with Heather. She's the best.
The one whose dad owns the butcher shop.
Yeah,
she's the best. She's so good.
Love her. So AP Bio is my feel-good show of the moment. I love it. Did you watch the SNL 50?
Haven't yet. I need to. I've heard from a lot of people that they watched it. I just haven't yet.
Yeah, same. I've watched clips from it, but I haven't watched the whole thing, and it's on my list for the next couple of days. Okay, I told you we tried to watch Deal or No Deal Island because I know you guys like it.
But like is a relative term. We don't like it.
But you watch it.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. There's no. It's like a child. They were like, "Hey, make up a game," and then a kid just started, like a group of kids just started throwing out ideas, and they kept them all. None of it makes sense.
It doesn't make sense. And Joe Manganiello, is that the host?
Yeah.
Joe.
Whatever.
He acts like he knows exactly what's up.
I mean, that's what
so do the contestants.
Sure. Well, there's the banker, and then you got there's the island. If you get a deal, but sometimes no. And they always have a vat of iced tea. It's just iced tea. I don't understand why that's the only beverage on the island, but it's iced tea. And it's the weirdest. They finish like a physical challenge and they all sidle up for a Lipton. It's like, that's the way.
Sponsor us, Lipton.
Like, there's a beverage station and there's never any water. There's not a Kool-Aid. There's nothing. Just iced tea. And I don't know if there's something to that.
I don't know. I consider myself to be a fairly intelligent person.
Oh, that's cute.
I would say, okay. But I couldn't do it. And I looked over at my children and Asher was like, what is the point of this? What are they trying to do? And I was like, I'm sorry. I got nothing.
I feel like the fact that you are an intelligent person is precisely why you don't understand the show.
Maybe.
There has to be.
Maybe I just need to let it go.
That's it.
You're intelligent?
Yeah, but I can turn it off.
Okay.
I can turn it off. I watched 2 Juggalo documentaries this week. I can turn it off.
Lindsay told me that you guys did that.
I love Juggalo culture.
You don't say.
Love it.
So we watched that, but now we have pivoted and we're watching the latest season of The Amazing Race, which we love.
I like The Amazing Race. That one makes sense.
I told you that Crindy and I auditioned for that after the first season. Do you remember that?
Yeah, and if you had made it on the show, what year was that?
2004,
you
3.
would still be lost somewhere.
We'd be lost in Guatemala.
You're just still there. Mom's made a new friend every 30 feet, but you can't find your way back stateside.
Donde? It would be bad.
Estam.
It would be so bad. But anyway, Jeff and I have been talking as we watch, and I said...
He'd be great on that show.
Oh, I said you and Brandon would be unbelievable. You two think of it.
Yeah, well, because I can do certain things, but if it was just me, I would still be lost in Guatemala too. I'm going to need a Jeff there.
Jeff is directions and logistics. Both of you speak Spanish fairly well. Sorta. You can understand it. You are up for anything.
Sure. I watched 2 Juggalo documentaries this week.
No, but I feel like you would eat anything.
Yeah.
You would.
I'm getting signed up for a lot of bad stuff here. Here's the thing.
I'm just saying.
We would start wherever we started. You know what? We're winding up in Miami, and I'm not mad at it. That is an amazing race.
I'm just saying, if you guys can work it so that you get a month off.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's do it. Here goes.
How do people go on these shows with jobs? I'm like, what are you doing?
Quit them.
I guess. Listen, though, you guys would be unstoppable, and we got to make this happen.
Okay, deal.
Before we get too old.
Deal. Like the island. All right.
Anyway. Okay. Quickly, podcasts that I've been listening to. Guys, I signed up for the BBC podcasting network.
Sure, isn't it?
For those of you who feel like you've exhausted your true crime and your story podcasts in the US, sign up for the BBC because there's some great shows on there. Someone Knows Something, great series.
Okay.
I also want to talk about another one, and I'll get into it more next week, but it's called the Telepathy Tapes. I've seen this one being discussed a lot. It is fascinating, and I'll talk more about it next week because it deserves more time than what I can give it right now. But what is your warm heartbeat?
Snow days at home. It's easy.
Snow days at home. It's pretty great.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to beat. Last minute cancellations. Yes, please.
That's it. Nope, it's that one. That's it. Last minute cancellations. What's yours?
So mine is being part of a church, being part of a community of faith who's willing to talk about difficult things in mental health. That's been a real theme of the last week. Our dear friend Angie is teaching that class, and it's leading to a lot of really great connections and revelations. And I preached a sermon on mental health in the church this week, and been on my heart and in my mind. It's important that we talk about these things. So there you go.
Love it. Okay.
All right, guys. Hope the audio was okay on your end. I hear a bit of an echo. Sorry.
I don't care. Okay, bye.
Stay safe and warm.
Bye. How do I stop it?